All right, it is 5:15. We're gonna wrap up the Sharkcast and jump over to the Angry Chicken. Let's get going.
Welcome to my hobby desk. I lied. I couldn't get the Angry Chicken to download, so we switched over to Voxcast instead. And I was so tired, I forgot to tell you what we're doing. We're going to keep painting objective tokens. And the first part of this is we're going to keep doing layers on some metallics. We're going to fix this Deathwatch guy, and then we're going to get working on the ice. So, fixing the Deathwatch, I'll talk about this more later, but we're going to do another concrete block, and I am not going to make you guys watch me paint Mechanicus Standard Gray again. Let's skip ahead. Let's talk undercoating for a second. So if you are unfamiliar with the term, undercoating is when you put a layer of paint in preparation for layers of paint later. The basic undercoating is priming. We prime so that other layers of paint will stick with it. Now, there are other occasions where undercoating can be useful. For example, when you're painting a brown or golden metallic that is very thin and has poor coverage and transparency, undercoating it with brown or another warm color is great. That way you don't have to do a million layers to do it over black. Kinda like what I'm doing right now. So basically, what I'm saying is I should have undercoated this with brown, and I would have probably been done with these by now. In fact, by the end of this, I might be so frustrated that I might actually just do the brown now and only have to do like one layer of bronze over the top of that. We'll see what happens. We're going to squeeze another base coat of rock in there real quick, and we're done. All right, we're going to let that dry, and then we will dry brush it later. And for now, I'm going to go do a second layer of plate mail metal on the chains here on the chaos icon. And while we're at it, let's just do another layer of bronze, because I have about a million more of these to go. Okay, let's dry brush this rock. Okay, let's talk a Deathwatch objective token. This was the token I actually thought of first. I think it looks great. It's my favorite, and it is just causing me no end of trouble. The problem is the base. It is, I think it's a WizKids base from their D&D minis, the ones that are like pre-primed with Vallejo. It's just very thin, and when I push down on the sides at all or manipulate them, it pushes up in the middle, and it breaks the plastic seal in the very narrow portion of the shield. I'm going to glue this rock on, and you're going to watch, it's going to break the shield. So then I get plastic glue to fix the shield, that breaks off the hammer. So then I get plastic glue to fix the hammer. And I think I just have to be extra careful how I'm handling this and do kind of like minimal, like pushing it on putty and pulling it off and that kind of stuff. I'm hoping that this final set of fixes gets it, and I can do a little bit more work on it, put the snow and have it come out really well, because I really want this one to work, because I really like the way this one looks. But in the end, we'll see what happens. And another coat of bronze. Okay, So let's put away these things we've been working on for a while and start moving on to something different. These are the 3 bases that we're going to do frozen ice effects on. So let's start working on the painting process. We're going to start by putting down a base coat of Enchanted Blue. It's an old Citadel color. And I'm also going to use this to paint the Space Marine bits because my son's kill team, who's the Adeptus Astartes, I painted them up as Ultramarines for him. So we wanted to match the kill teams that play on the table. So at this stage, our Necron objective is the easiest. The little gun doesn't take up much space and we'll be able to slap on a base coat. And so this one, we're gonna do the ice paint, then put the tubes on, then do the ice freeze effect over it, and then finally put the scarabs on last. But right now we can just slap that base coat right on. With the blue paint on there, you can actually see the gun in the middle now. It's not just a sea of black. And as I do these other ones, some of the details will start popping out again now that it's not all black. So here's the Adeptus Astartes. We're going to do the ice, and again, we're going to do the Space Marine bits because we're going to paint them up as if they were from a dead Ultramarine. Please forgive the hand. I'm still noobing it. I think my camera work is getting better, but I forget sometimes. Appreciate your patience. We're going to leave the hand bit black. I didn't want to mess around with trying to cut it off of the gun stock, so we're just going to leave it black, and when I highlight the rest of the black later, I won't do that piece, and so it won't draw too much attention. So this last one was actually the second objective that I thought of, and I think it's my second favorite. It's going to be Faces of Space Marine frozen in ice. So we're going to go ahead and paint around. I tried a small brush at first because I was worried about splashing on the faces, but then that got frustrating. So I moved on to a larger brush, and it turned out I didn't have to worry about it. And I just painted the texture around. And I also did the little domey part that's on the bottom of the head that is shaped that way so that it'll go into the chest back area on when you're building your Space Marines. And with the ice effect over the top, it's not going to be very noticeable. And I'm actually going to put some blood for the blood god on those too. And so between painting them blue to kind of blend in with the ice, putting a little blood on it as like a severed head, and then the frozen effect over the top, the fact that these heads are model heads shouldn't jump out that much. So while the blue dries, more bronze. All right, and now we're going to do a second base coat on all the blue. So this is all I had time for this morning. I finished off the blue, and then we'll call it good. If you hobbied this morning and took a video, throw it in the comments below. I would love to see it. And then tomorrow we'll come back and we will keep painting these objective tokens. Till then, have a great day.